Okay, it says I'm live. Let's see. Wrong microphone. Be one of those days. There we go. That's the right microphone. Okay, if anybody's coming in here, I just want to apologize up front. I have not had any content out lately, and I have been fighting with my internet for the last few weeks. And it looks like I finally got something figured out on my new router. So hopefully this works. I don't plan on streaming for very long. I just want to get on here and just see if this works so that I can get back to streaming again. There we go. Check a couple other things out here really quick. Okay, so my download speed is looking really good. 92, 93 megabits per second. And that's while I'm streaming, which is probably killing my stream. This is probably really killing it. Okay, so upload right now is showing 10. I usually go about 12. So it's probably using about 2 megabits per second for the upload of the stream. That topped out 11.3. Good. Okay. Bring the chat back up. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Thank you. Wiggly, how you doing? BV3D, how you doing, my friend? Let's see. Eddie, how you doing, Rover? Okay, it looks like it's working. Yeah, I have been having ordeals with my internet lately, and it's all because of this new router I got. And I may or may not have had it plugged into the wrong port. I don't know. Every night when I come home to no Wi-Fi whatsoever in the house. And it'll take me 30 minutes to figure out, reset this, reset that. I'll go into the other where the main router and everything is, and I'll reset all that. And usually about 30 minutes, and all of a sudden it comes up for no reason at all. And it's been doing this for since my last stream. So it's been over a week since it has been really acting up. And all I can figure is somehow whenever I configured the new router, I plugged the wrong cable into the wrong port. So I went back there and I just kept unplugging the cables until I found the one that was the main Wi-Fi line coming in, and it was plugged into one of the normal computer ports. So I plugged it into where the data is supposed to go into it, and I had to reset it last night, but it was just power it off, power it back on. It came back on. And then tonight I came home and everything was on. It didn't die on me. So hopefully I'm through that hurdle. It's a TP-Link. Trying to remember. I think it's an AC 1200 or something like that. And my main one that controls everything is actually a excuse me. It's actually a Linksys. And the Linksys has been working really good, but I don't know whether that one's having a hard time keeping the IP address. Then again, it could be my data line as well, because it's about 300 feet long and it's kind of out in the weather. So I don't know if that's part of it. If it was, I don't think I'd be able to stream like this anyway. So I don't think it's the data line. I think there's something on the router that I'm using as a access point. I think something's not set up right in the software. So I got to take another look at the software or the settings on it and see what I've done wrong on it. Let's see. Anyway, how you guys doing tonight? didn't really plan on doing this. I just come over here trying to make sure the internet was working over here. I thought, well, let me just pop on real quick and see if it's working. It's set up as a bridge, so it's what they call an access point. So I went through all the settings to set up the way it said to set it up for the access point, but it's just an odd thing. And when it goes down, everything out this way goes down completely on the property. Up in the front, I still get Wi-Fi signal, can still plug in everything else, and everything works fine. But when I come out here, everything's just dead. So it's just been an ordeal. But today it seems like it's working. So maybe I finally figured out the problem with it. And then I took today off. This is my first day off. I worked 12 days straight at work. And this is my first day off. So I come home and find out that Calvin's been printing a train. So if he pops on here, there's your train, Calvin. You know, it's came out looking pretty good. He printed this on the was it Artillery 3D? Came out looking pretty good. I think he used a Simplify profile, so there's a little bit of support left in there. I went and yanked the support out for him. It turned out pretty good. You know, that's a good question. Let me see if I can. See if I can remember how to access this router. I've never accessed it from here. See, the bridge router is a cable connected to main. Yes, it is. It's the direct Ethernet. It's a Cat6 cable running in. Let's see. See if I can access it. Yeah, it's not going to let me access it from this computer. Because I have another router out here that I use too. I've got the main router in there, and then I've got my router over in that part, and then I've got another router I set up over here because I was trying to get some of the printers in here to go on Wi-Fi. I had so I just picked up the cheapest router I could. Yeah, it is shielded cable. Yes. And what was funny is it was working perfectly fine, and then it worked really good for about a week and a half, and that's when I started having these issues. But it was about the time that one cable was unplugged. So I don't know if I just was stupid and plugged it in the wrong port or what. So that's probably what happened. I probably just plugged it into the wrong port. But it just kind of seems weird that it would work in the wrong port, but then about every 24 hours it would just it'd kill it. So hopefully I've kind of turned the corner on it, I hope. So one thing I haven't told you guys, my wife yesterday, she went in for, well, let me start the story from back 5 years ago. 5 years ago, she had a cataract surgery on both eyes. She did one eye 1 month, and then the next month after she recovered from the one, that did the other eye. Well, the thing with cataract surgery is there's a 40% chance that within 5 years, one or both eyes may develop it's not another cataract, but it's a lens that's behind the lens they replace. They can get foggy and thick, and which in case if that happens, they actually have a laser treatment that they can perforate the inside lens so that you can see again. And so fast forward 5 years, about 2 months ago, she started complaining about that one eye she wasn't able to see quite right. and it just kind of progressively got a little bit worse, and so I mentioned, so we know the doctor mentioned that if that happened, to make an appointment with him, that he probably just needed the laser treatment. And sure enough, we went in, saw him, checked her out, said, yep, that's exactly what it is. And so he yesterday morning at 5, I had to have her up there at 6:55 in the morning, and they took and they did the treatment. All the time was spent. She went back there, had the drops put in her eye to dilate it, came back out to the waiting room for about an hour. Once her eye was completely dilated, they took her back there. I kid you not. She walks past back there. I'm looking on my cell phone, reading an email. I didn't even finish reading the email. She walks back up to pick up her purse. And I'm like, you have to go back in again? She goes, no, I'm done. I said, what do you mean you're done? You had to reschedule it? Or she goes, no, he's already done. What do you mean? I said, it literally took him 2 minutes. It was just like pop, 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 pop. And that was done. It was completely finished. And she actually came out able to see like she did after she had the cataract surgery 5 years ago. She's able to see completely clear again with that eye. So that's just an amazing deal what they've got set up that way. But yeah, there's been a lot of stress going on lately. We were really worried about that one, and it turned out it was just a walk in the park. BB3D, when in doubt, try another hole. That's right. Sometimes it takes a few, right? Hello, Midnight. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Now, one thing is really weird with Hangouts. They don't show you how many people's watching anymore. That's kind of odd. Used to down here in the corner had a little thing that showed how many people were watching. Now you're just blind looking at it. You're typically told when you get in the wrong hole. Yes, yes. As someone that I like to watch on YouTube so eloquently says, don't force the long screw into the short hole. The board will tell you if it consents to you screwing the long screw into the short hole. But once it says no, no means no. What did I walk into? You walked into a mess right here, I'll tell you. Hey, only 5 watching, that's fine. I mainly just wanted to pop on here, just make sure it's working. It looks like everything's going good. And I kind of was thinking about editing a video, but looking at the time, I might just go ahead and edit a video tomorrow night, hopefully, and get something up for early next week. Now that stress can start kind of going down a little bit. Yeah, normal Jimmy Shaw's tidbit madness. Yeah, this will never come back to bite me later. Never. Oh, goodness. Yeah, Calvin dropped by the other night, and we went out to dinner. And then he left and went down to his parents' house down south. So he'll be down there, I guess, for about a week, 2 weeks, something like that. Went down there for spring break. Stressed because of work. Went 12 days straight working with no days off. Yesterday I was supposed to have the day off, and then I had a technician call in while I was waiting for Beth to have her procedure done on her eye. So as soon as we got down there and grabbed some breakfast and brought her back home, I had to rush into work and do oil changes all day long. Oil changes and tires, pretty much. Luckily, I had one technician. He's a really good guy. He's the hardest worker you ever seen. I walk in there and he's got 4 cars on the lift at once. He's 4 different lifts, got 4 different cars, and going to this one, doing something, going to that one. The guy's just a stinking Tasmanian devil, I swear. But went in there and helped him out so that he could get started on the really the good ones that need to be done, like a water pump, and I think another one need a brake job or something. So he's able to concentrate on those and get those knocked out. And no use in having him doing oil changes, that's for sure. But then luckily today everybody showed up. I didn't get a text message, so I went for a drive, drove up the coast up Highway 1. We made it to drive from kind of hit Highway 1 over in Watsonville. And so we drove up north to just short of Half Moon Bay. The town up there is called Pescadero. So we went to there and then cut over from Pescadero to La Honda, and it's little tiny towns between there and the 280. So it was a pretty nice drive. Just mainly just getaway. Reminds me too, I've got to get that sent to my friend up by Sacramento. Need to get his new address so I can get that sent off to him. Understood used to be me and a master tech. Now it's me and a new guy. Oh man. FNGs, they're fun, aren't they? Oh goodness. Yeah, new guys they'll work out eventually. It just takes them a little bit of time to get used to it. In fact, I'm hiring in my shop right now. I got to hire a new guy for Express Tech. So we'll see how that. Hopefully, get somebody in there pretty soon so we can start making sure everybody gets their days off that they need. Namely, me. I should have never took that Express Tech training. I should have never done it. I can't do that. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, goodness. Well, I ain't going to keep you guys here all night long. I just wanted to pop in, say hi, and mainly check out the internet, make sure it's working. So it looks like everything will be good. I'm going to see about getting somebody lined up for this coming week. I honestly don't know. I've put some emails out or some messages out to different ones. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to see about talking to some of the smaller channels and see if they'd be interested in coming on with me, because apparently some of the larger ones I was wanting to do interviews and stuff, they're not wanting to talk turkey anymore. So that's all right. They got their own things going. It's come to the busy time of the year for them, and I understand it. You know, they got, I think Murph is what, next week? Let's see, check the date. Yeah, next week. Week from yesterday. They're all going to be in Goshen, Indiana. So I know they're going to be pretty busy for the next few weeks. And then after that, everybody's going to be gearing up for Maker Faire up here in San Mateo. So I think that's in what? May? I think is when that is. Yeah, Murph next week. I wish I could have went and didn't pan out. In fact, I got my, was it Eventbrite or whatever that app is? I've got my tickets on there for it. I already got tickets, everything for it, and I was planning on getting the plane tickets and all that, and just couldn't swing it this year. So hopefully next year I can save up and make it to that. I'll definitely be up here at this Bay Area Maker Faire whenever they have it. I'll definitely plan on being there at least on Saturday. My days are up there is pretty much spent just walking around in one building, checking things out. Then I try to go around to the different ones if I can go and check it out and go visit with Joel for a little bit. He's pretty busy anymore, but I'll go by and say hi with him. He's a cool guy. He always come up and grab me and rough my hair up. Yeah, I wish you could go too. That Bay Area Maker Faire is actually a pretty good size one from what I understand. I've never been to the New York one, but I hear the New York one is actually smaller than the Bay Area one. You know, the mini maker fairs are actually pretty nice. We went to the one that I've went to for the last 2 years is up in Rockland, up by where Travis and Heather live. They're really cool people, and I always like going up there and meeting up with them. And let's face it, nobody knows me from Adam, so it's like you go there and you can check all kinds of stuff out. It's really cool. And they actually have a building in that one that's dedicated to 3D printing. And it's really cool looking at all the different. The fact that's the first time I ever saw an Ender 3 was at that one this past year. And I was looking at the prints that come off the Ender 3 compared to the prints coming off of Prusa Mark 3, I think it was. The prints were nearly identical. And I'm like, man, for a price difference, that would be a hard decision to make right there. You can get the original Prusa that's made by Prusa himself, or you can get this clone that prints nearly identical prints. It's like, man, that's just insane for like a quarter of the price too. Hey, Skewed, how you doing? Yeah, Rover, I'll definitely let you know. I'll see if I can get you a screen cap of the settings I've got. Okay, Skewed, you have a good one. Yeah, I'm going to be splitting too. I just want to pop in here and just check everything out, make sure it's all working. So it looks like I'm good to go, at least until tomorrow. Guys, have a good one. Take care. I will be talking to you guys on Twitter soon and let you know what I get figured up this week. Anyway, thank you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.